So today we're going to be taking a look at a watch that is this close to being the perfect everyday grab and go tool watch. So today I have for you guys and gals an excellent option for a great everyday grab and go, do everything watch with the titanium Citizen Promaster Land reference number PMD56-2951. Just want to say thanks to Jay who lent in this for us to take a look at together. He's lent in some watches in the past and I'm really thankful for that. So, although this is very close to perfect for the cost, which by the way is between around $450 to a little over $500 depending on where you buy it, but there's one negative for anyone buying this that lives outside of Japan. The watch receives radio signals to adjust the date and time, but it unfortunately only receives the signal from towers in Japan. There is a workaround, but that's a huge feature that you miss out on. The workaround, though, is an app, and I think there's a couple of options, but I tried the JJY emulator, and it worked well. Took about 5 or 6 minutes to receive the signal, but it did the trick. A couple of features with the watch that are pretty cool is one, it's a perpetual calendar recognizing the month and year you're in and adjusts even for leap years. So once you get this set up, other than syncing it with the app every once in a while, you really don't have to touch it as long as it keeps a charge. Also, if you ever have a problem getting the signal, you can manually adjust the time by unscrewing the crown. In the first position, you can change the day, date. Second position, you can adjust the time. One little short turn will adjust 1 minute at a time. If you give it a couple of turns quickly, it'll adjust like this. It does still adjust a little bit slow, but it will eventually get there. I won't get into it today, but you can also manually set the month and leap year. The dial is, for the most part, a fairly typical field watch style dial. Very easy to read with the contrasting markers and hand set against the green. There is some extra markings on the outer part of the dial. Between the 1 and 3 shows you that you received signal and what the signal strength was. I haven't synced to the app in a couple of days, so if I hit the bottom pusher here, the second hand will go to the 11 o'clock, indicating we haven't received signal. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but the second hand actually forms an N with the 11 o'clock marker for no, which is a fun touch. Also, while we're looking at the dial, I should point out the second hand hits those markers bang on. As far as low light legibility goes, the lume is decent for this style of watch. It's not a torch or anything, but it's pretty long lasting and totally satisfactory to me. Size wise, the watch is very well proportioned and comes in at a case width of around 39 millimeters. Lug to lug is 44.8 millimeters. The lug opening is 20 millimeters and the thickness is 11.6 millimeters, including the slightly domed sapphire. The water resist is 200 meters, which is a nice bonus with a field watch, and the watch runs the H100 EcoDrive movement. The case and bracelet are made completely with titanium, so very lightweight. I believe the weight is right around 90 grams. Citizen has treated it with their Duratec coating, which is a scratch-resistant coating. I know this watch was recently on a camping trip with Jay, so it's seen some wrist time, and so far it looks brand new. Other than a thin band of polish work on the edge of the bezel as well as on the pushers, the rest of the watch is completely brushed. Very simple design, but kind of what you want to see from a field watch like this. The bracelet is well done, feels comfortable on wrist. I did see one review mentioning the clasp digging into the wrist a little. I haven't experienced that, but that might be due to different wrist sizes. The coolest feature to me, though, is the adjustability on the fly. If you push these two buttons here on the back of the clasp, you can quickly make an adjustment without even taking the watch off wrist. And here's a look on wrist, and hopefully I covered enough on the watch, but I could easily have made this a much longer video. There's a lot going on with it, including shock resistant technologies. You can do things like adjust the hour hand independently of the minute and seconds. It's just packed with features. It would be so cool if we could get that signal outside of Japan, but even as is, this makes for a really good all-arounder. So if there's anything I missed or didn't cover you have questions on, reach out and I'll do my best to answer in the comments below. Thanks again to Jay for lending it in. Hugely appreciate you supporting the channel in this way. Thanks to you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.